Hi, I'm Carl Segno and welcome back to the Open Source News. We're here with the second half of our interview with Alina D'Amelia. Thank you very much for joining us, and please support us by contributing to the Open Source News at www.youtube.com/group/open source news. In that sense, I mean, another question I wanted to get to you about in a whole different direction. You talked about how a lot of farming in Ireland on the organic side happens by volunteer. And it seems like there's been an enormous number of people from all over the world coming to places like Ireland and totally willing to give up their time for free to do organic farming projects. Why? What is making people do this?
Well, I guess people are becoming more aware of what they eat, and they are starting to be aware of health issues. You see, Italy is the country in Europe with the highest number of cancer in kids, and cancer in kids is caused by pollution and what they eat. So slowly people are becoming more and more aware that food is important and that maybe you should eat organic food, and that maybe you want to make this organic food more readily available for the people around you. It's all in the young, I think. And all is taking place. You see, also we come from a culture where probably our grandfathers were farmers,
right,
and they were so poor that they wanted to move into the city and get a city job. So we are, as grandfathers, that tell us, no, you want to go to university, get a degree, and get a city job. So it's just happening now.
Do you think this movement in young people to kind of go to the countryside and work on the land is a sort of opposite trend?
Well, at least it's something that is happening now. It happened a bit in the 70s with the go back to the land movement,
right,
but it was a very small thing in Italy. They go back to the land part of the hippie movement. Whereas now it doesn't have any hippie connotation. It's more about politics, it's more about alternative energies, it's more about health issues. So it's not that much about politics, it's more about the lifestyle you want for you and your family.
There's one more thing. I met up really quickly with Jay Griffiths in Wales, and in her book Wild, she's used a quote that I thought was really interesting. She said that for a generation of young people, the best medicine is the land. And there's a sense of a kind of therapeutic value, kind of emotional and spiritual health-wise, to reconnecting with landscape. Do you think there's some of that going on too in this movement towards organic farming?
Yeah, definitely. But for Italy, you see lots of young people still come from rural, small villages and they want the city life, whereas city young people wants the rural life. So we have the two things going on at the same time. We have people going volunteer from the cities and people from small villages renting houses in the big city to get a city job because they don't want to be farmers like their grandfathers.
Right, that's to bring it back to Ireland for a second. That's interesting because you notice like Irish young people, especially those that come from rural areas.
Absolutely. They don't want to be farmers. You know what, actually, the family I was working for, they were really amazed that a young girl like me would want to work in a farm because their young people don't want to go farming. They want to have a city job. They want to work in an office. No young people wants to go in farming.
Yeah, and it seems...
No one. I asked once in Ignatius, do you know any girl who's milking cows? And he said, no, I don't know any girl of your age that is milking cows or helping someone milking cows, or let alone run her own farm, not even working on it.
Right, there's a sense almost like Irish young people are running as fast as they can away from the rural lifestyle because it's too close in living memory. I guess what I find interesting is then you get all these people internationally, right, like Dara and Tessa's farm on the island, or the permaculture organic farming projects across the country. You get all this influx of people from the rest of the EU and the US and Canada who want to do that agricultural work for them in a sense.
Yeah, it's true, but you see, it's like in Europe, consumerism is still getting bigger. It's like after the fall of the Berlin Wall, all the Eastern European countries wanted consumerism. We still are living of that. So it's not over. We still want to be. We are not that. The movement is not as strong as I see in Canada or North America. It's not that many people that wants to go volunteer, but I say that the awareness is becoming less political and more just public domain. The awareness about a different lifestyle.
Okay, I think that about does it. So thanks again for joining us, Alina, and
Thank you.
have a good night out there in Turin.
Thanks. Good night.
Thank you for watching our interview with Alina D'Amelia here on the Open Source News. Please help us by contributing your content and your ideas, and by giving us feedback on our videos. Thanks again for watching.